I'm going to say something that sounds dramatic. If you play Tarkov, I think you'll get it. Cheating doesn't just ruin a fight, it ruins your trust. Like if you outplay me, it's GG's. I'm annoyed for about 10 seconds and then I move on. But when you die in a way that makes you sit there and go, wait, how did they know? How did they pre-fire that corner before I peeked? That's when the game stops being hardcore and starts being exhausting. And the reason I'm making this video today is because Scum just rolled out something experimental that's honestly, well, kind of a big deal. They've gone ahead and added PlaySafe ID protected official servers as a test. And the second I saw it, I thought Tarkov should at least trial this next. Not replace anti-cheat, not save the world. Just give us an option to play in lobbies with real accountability. And just a quick one, if you hate cheaters as much as I do, subscribe. Because I'm going to keep making noise about stuff that actually affects our games. And if you're not already, follow me on Twitch. We'll be live and raiding, and yes, there's plenty of coping. Would you do an identity verification one time if it meant access to cleaner Tarkov raids? Yes, no, or only if it's optional? I want real answers and no egos. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, so keep it clean. So here's the confirmed bit. Scum announced PlaySafeID as an experimental layer of protection. First implemented on a limited number of newly opened servers to see how it affects player experience and whether they continue the collaboration. They even posted the list of the official PlaySafe servers. We've got Europe, US East, Canada, and US West. And this part matters. They've also added a server setting. Meaning, if you enable this, only players who have verified their identity, linked their account, and are not currently banned on a PlaySafeID can join. So Scum didn't just say, we care. They shipped a system that creates a separate space with higher friction for a better chance of fair play. So now you're probably thinking, if it's not already, what is PlaySafeID? PlaySafe describes itself as a digital identity for gamers that unlocks optional protected matchmaking and servers. You're only playing with other verified people who aren't currently flagged with penalties. And crucially, PlaySafe is not claiming to be the anti-cheat that detects your aimbot. They literally say they're not a detection tool, they're an accountability solution. Developers keep using their own anti-cheat methods, and PlaySafe makes the consequences stick across PlaySafe protected matchmaking. To think of it as this, anti-cheat is the camera system, PlaySafe is the thing that stops a banned guy from walking back in wearing a fake moustache. So let's talk about verification and privacy. But we've got Entrust, PlaySafe's partner. They describe the flow as photo of a government-issued ID, plus a short selfie, then Entrust checks the ID is legit and matches it to the selfie. PlaySafe says after verification you get a unique, random, anonymised PlaySafe ID, and that verification data is kept separate so you're anonymised during gameplay. The part people will care about most, what data do they keep? PlaySafe's website says they use zero knowledge verification and claims Entrust hashes and deletes all documents after verification. They also claim the only personal info they store is email and date of birth, and their privacy policy backs up that they collect limited personal info and receive confirmation of verification rather than the document copies themselves. Am I telling you to trust everyone blindly? Of course not. But I am saying that this is the first time in a while I've seen a system that at least tries to balance privacy and accountability, instead of pretending you can have one without the other. And there's two things here that I like, and one that needs to be done properly if Tarkov ever did it. What gets you banned? PlaySafe says it has two rules. Don't cheat, and don't engage in inappropriate sexual behaviour towards children. And they explicitly say that they don't blacklist for toxicity. That's up to each game independently. And then there's false bans and appeals matter. They describe a process where the developer submits a violation with evidence and PlaySafe evaluates it with context and trust scores, both for user and the developer. And then they can decide on a penalty separately from what the game did. And that's important, because when you think about it, if you tie consequences to identity, you can't have some scuffed oops ban system. If Tarkov ever tried this, the appeals process would need to be clear, fast and transparent, or players will riot, and to be honest, rightly so. So now let's pivot to Tarkov and why they should care. Tarkov is not like other shooters. In most games, a cheater ruins a match. In Tarkov, a cheater ruins your gear, your quest progress, your time, and your confidence in every death afterwards. And Tarkov already uses battle life. We see the X-posts of the mass bans that they do. So the point is not Tarkov has done nothing. The point is detection alone doesn't solve the revolving door. Because if the punishment is buy a new account and come back, the worst offenders will treat bans like a cooldown. So here's my pitch, and I want to be super clear. This is my opinion, it's not a leak. If I'm battle state, I don't force this on everyone. I do what Scum did. I spin up a small number of official PlaySafe protective Tarkov servers or an optional verified raids queue. Optional, so you can opt in. It's your choice as the player. And I think this way, if you're privacy first, you stay in normal matchmaking. And if I'll do one annoying step to avoid sus raids, you go protected. And yeah, will it be perfect? No. But it might do something Tarkov desperately needs. Create a space where repeat offenders can't instantly respawn into your raids. Because if PlaySafe is doing what it claims, blocked access to protected matchmaking until penalties are served, then it attacks the cycle, not just the cheat software. Now I can already hear the arguments, so let's say them out loud. I don't want to upload my ID for a game. It's a valid point. That's why I'm saying that it's optional. What if the system gets abused? Also valid. That's why transparency matters, how penalties are applied, how appeals work, and what gets stored. And cheaters will just adapt. Well, some will. But if you raise the cost and reduce the speed they return, you still win. Not a total victory, but a meaningful one. And I'll be honest, I'm at the point where I'd rather try an imperfect new layer than keep doing the same loop over and over. Because when you think about it, the saddest part of cheating in Tarkov isn't even losing kits. It's watching people stop playing a game they love because it stops feeling fair. So yeah, Scum testing PlaySafeID has got my attention. And I genuinely think Tarkov should at least be brave enough to trial something like this as an option and see what happens. Now I want your take. Would you opt into verified only Tarkov raids? Should it be optional forever? Or should protected raids become the default if it works? And what would you need to trust it? Third-party audits, clearer data handling, better appeals? Drop your comments below. I want the debate, but yet again, let's keep it clean. And if you enjoyed this one and you want more Tarkov talk without the corporate fluff, consider subscribing. And follow me on Twitch. We're live every day at 6 PM. We'll be raiding, and when the sus deaths happen, we'll clip it, we'll laugh, and we'll keep moving. All right then guys, this has been XP. Take it easy. I'll catch you in the next one.